Allow me to ask you something that you may or may not like or understand, but appreciate. Are you lazy? That's what I said. Are you an actor that is lazy? Why do I use such an insulting word? Why? Because it is prevalent, and I'll tell you why and how to avoid laziness so you can move into the success and fulfillment that you actually want. Denzel Washington says, never confuse movement with progress, because you can run in place and not get anywhere. Let me say that again. Never confuse movement with progress. Now think about that just for a minute. We can move, and we move out of habit. We move out of doing the same thing, regimented, habitual, if you will, every single day. We can't avoid that. However, we can create something new, can't we? So we can take the same movement and put it in a different direction. And we're going to talk about that a little bit in this video, how to move with progress. And why is that? Because you can run in place and yet not get anywhere. Let's dive in, shall we? Number one, I'm going to tell you how to move with progress in the direction of your dreams to make them a reality. Doesn't that sound great? I don't want to encourage you right now that this is common sense, but don't you go get lazy on me, because that is the human condition, especially in the 21st century where everything is like this, accessible, and we barely move out of our seat. When movement is not present, other than this, which is not really movement, it's just dictation. When we don't move our bodies, especially if we're actors and singers and dancers, what happens? It's called atrophy, not only of the body, but atrophy of the mind, because we're not challenged. We've become a series of androids and robots, which is really not a compliment. We're human beings made in the image of God, and yet social media and the internet, the World Wide Web, has reduced us to relying on smartphones, which actually are dumb phones. Why do I say that? Let me tell you. Anything that you want to know, you can know instantly. Isn't that great? To some extent, it is. But your brain needs action. It needs movement. It needs thinking. It needs to be moved. Because if it's not, it too will atrophy. Now, do you remember what I said about being lazy? It wasn't a dig. It was a condition. We have propensity in the 21st century to become lazy. In other words, we slot our time and do the same thing every day without creativity, without too much physical movement. And without physical movement, our brain tends to go to sleep. Now, let's take a look at what Denzel Washington said after the first sentence. Never confuse movement with progress. If you want to make progress, move in a creative, new way. That's called being uncomfortable. And actors, actresses, dancers work constantly in progress of learning a new process. Get me? And why is that? Because you can run in place. Remember what I said? Because you can run in place and not get anywhere. Where do you want to go? What kind of results do you want in your acting career, in your life, in your relationships? What do you really, really want? Many times we get busy and confuse movement with progress because, well, we don't know what we want. David, I just won $1 million. What do you want to do for it? Good question. I don't know. Maybe someone will gift it to me. Well, no, they won't gift it to you. You don't get something by doing nothing. You don't get something by doing nothing. If you want something, you have to do something, but not just something. You have to move in that direction. Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Move. So my question to you is, where do you want to go? Where do you really want your acting career to go? And that means focusing on what you expect, because we don't get what we expect. We get what we focus on every single time. Prove me wrong. If you need a coach, I may be the one for you. DavidThompsonCoaching.co. DavidThompsonCoaching.co. Like, subscribe to this channel, and I thank you very much. And remember, if you want something new, you've got to move physically and do it.